I don't know if you saw that, but that was pure lunacy, the way he's riding that bike. This road is icy. What ball do you need? That soon got airball, didn't it? It did indeed. It's an indicator bulb, some moped there. Guys, if it is your first time on this live, there's a few more viewers than we've been getting. So if it is your first time on this live, we used to stream on TikTok, WTF Live Daily. We're live every single day with airport action, live from the runways. We're in Lanzarote next week. So make sure you do drop us a follow here on Twitch. Yeah, I think it's 80 down here. He only lived once at back as a death wish. I think he was tanking. The one good thing is my chat today is actually popping up on Streamlabs. So that's one glitch being resolved. Okay, next up, we've got an Airbus A320 heading over to Barcelona, operated by Vueling. Let's go. Oh, no way, Kian. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Next up, we've got a Ryanair 737 operated by a Buzz Air crew heading over to Gdansk. I'm good, thank you, Colonel. How are you, buddy? Kian, thoughts with you and your family? All good here. Any good planes? We've had an A330. I it's unlikely we're going to get anything. Oh, you absolute arsehole. I knew that was happening that time. Apologies for that shot. I wonder what happened. I don't know what happened with that diverted flight. I think it could be time to move over to Prism because the views have plummeted on Twitch. I need to keep some views up during these streams. Shane had 2 full weeks of being the bestest boy. Well done, Shane. Keep it up now for the rest of the year. I like the takeoff shots, not sure if takeoffs or lands are my favourites. Yeah, I like the departures. My views have gone back up weird. Yeah, I like takeoffs. It's strange because when the weather's bad, I like the landings because it's good seeing them coming in at crazy angles. Go over to Prism, I don't at least I can rewatch after. The only thing is the chat will overlay. Let's get this Embraer E190's departure heading over to London City, operated by British Airways. And then we'll head over to Prism. Here we go. Just hit Shanghai Adam, treble 20, single 20, double tops. There's a dart scoring app that we use. I'm going to lose this one as well. There's a dart scoring app that we use that's got some training games on. And one of the games is JDC. And you get extra points for Shanghai's. Oh, we are live on YouTube. David White's there now. He's just come through on YouTube, so we don't have to move anywhere just yet. Could just do with this shot being a little bit better. How are we doing, David White? Next up, we've got a Boeing 737, this time heading over to Rome, operated by Ryanair. I'm good, thank you, David White. David, just confirm you are watching on YouTube. There we are. Perfect. It took a while, but it has now connected to YouTube. Great news. Here we go. We've got this Boeing 737 heading over to Rome. We thought about it. We can either go to Dubai on the 777 or Singapore on the Dreamliner 10 and then have a stop on board the Dreamliner 9 Grand Prix livery. It's a difficult one, that. We've got some departures stacking up now. An Aer Lingus and a Ryanair both waiting for their departures. Next is the Aer Lingus. It's an Airbus A320 heading over to Munich with that old livery. The diverted flight is taking off at 4:20 according to flight radar. It's an A320 Neo Delta. Thank you, Robert. Here we go, this A320 beginning its departure now from Dublin, heading over to Munich. Watching you on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, no way. My sister is going to move to Australia in March. Wow. A330 Neo. Don't think we've seen one yet on the lights. I don't think we have, Robert. And next up, we're heading over to London Gatwick, this time with Ryanair. Busier for the weekend, travellers. The light soon changed, hasn't it? Yeah. It's getting chilly here now, that sun's gone in. Bear with me 1 second, there's a message just come through. I hope and pray that wasn't the courier that was trying to ring me, because I desperately need the 2 items delivering before Tuesday. Departure yet? Not yet. DL155 from Rant to JFK diverted to Dublin, landed 30 minutes ago. Is that the Delta, yeah? Apparently he's got a 4:20 departure now, so I'm not sure what happened. Oh, it's saying 5:18 now, never mind, there we go. Just looked on flight radar, an MD-11 goes straight past me. I hope it won't get dark. David, are you still on, or somebody who's on YouTube? Can you just let me know how many viewers we've got on YouTube at the moment? We have indeed got an Airbus A320 operated by British Airways heading over to London Heathrow. 10:11. Okay, not too bad. If you are watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like the stream for me. Hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us on Twitch, hit that follow button, please. We need as many of you following us on Twitch as possible. For Heathrow or Gatwick Heathrow. Estimated departure now 5:18. it's unlikely, given how cold it is, it's unlikely that we're still going to be live at 5:18. Like I said, I need to go and get a bulb. I need to go and have the car washed. So much to do before it's test tomorrow. Are we doing grumpy all day long? Let's go. Big up, Shane. I am definitely looking forward to some warmer weather next week. We've got a couple on taxi. Looks like we've got an Airbus A320 with the old Aer Lingus livery. We've got the High Sky on taxi as well. Very quiet on here today. Yeah, it is. Hope everybody's arriving in time. Yeah, don't want to be about your son taking to it. Yeah, I've got big problems. If they don't arrive, I have got big problems because I need them for my trip. I can't take my tripod. It's too big, I think. Problem is, I don't want to get to the airport with it and I'm not letting me take it through because it's an expensive tripod. So I ordered a monopod just to make life a little bit easier while I'm over there, but it's not looking good now. How you take your tripod? The baggage policies, I'm a little bit frustrated with it, to be honest, because I could take a set of golf clubs for 20 quid each way, but my tripod's got its own bag and everything, but they want 60 euros each way to take my tripod. Now it would fit in a golf bag, so I said, oh, it's fine, I'll book golf clubs, put it in a golf bag, but they said they won't let it through like that, so I just don't. I could probably turn up with it and get through, but if I don't, it means abandoning like over 300 euros worth of tripod and head. It's, hey Stace, I just don't think it's worth it. Anyway, next up, we've got this Airbus A320 operated by Aer Lingus with the old livery heading over to Frankfurt, just beginning its departure now. Going to be followed by that High Sky and another A320, I believe. No, well, it does fold, but not small enough to go in a cabin case, a cabin bag. It's it's a heavy duty tripod because of the wind and because it has to hold the weight. think that's going to screw us on the shot there. So just going to hold. Okay, next up, we've got an Airbus A319 operated by High Sky heading over to Ayasi. Yeah, I've got one of those, Denia. The problem is it's not heavy enough. It's not strong enough to hold the weight of my gimbal and everything else. I'm looking at Lanzarote Airport and you'll be seeing all A320s and 737s. Yeah, there's nothing big goes into Lanzarote, but you get some great landing shots. Here we go, we've got this A319. Mine is heavy duty. I'll have a look at them. I've tried 3 or 4 of the shorter ones. The problem is the legs on them. They all seem to be single leg. Like there's 3 legs, but they're single leg, if that makes sense. Mine's twin pole because of the weight and the wind over here. It helps with stability. Boeing livery is on stand at the moment. We had that on yesterday's live. Mine holds my 35mm and the biggest lens. I'll have a look. If you get stuck with anything between me and Onclessie Airport. Thanks, Debs. Tenerife would be nice. Some 757s. Yeah, we might get over to Tenerife in the winter. We might have one more winter sun this year because then we'll be moving into summer season. Like I said, I'm massively looking forward to Skiathos. We will be doing Leeds Bradford. Mine doubles as tripod and monopod. Yeah, I've seen them. There's one that I've considered, which is the is it Manfrotto or whatever they're called. Next up, we've got this Airbus A320 again with the old Aer Lingus livery, this time heading over to Zurich. I can't believe how cold it's got. Been to Tenerife 3 times and they're very good, a very nice guy. Very good, very nice. Okay, and next up, it's meant to pick up tomorrow. We're planning on getting up early to catch the Emirates landing. Yeah, I definitely won't be getting up early to catch the Emirates landing, although I've got an early start to get this NCT done. I'm not happy about that. Do they not know that I don't like mornings? I shopped Gizzo and Manfrotto. I got the free. Yeah, the Manfrotto one does look quite good. Right, what we got? We've got a Boeing 737, this time heading over to, oh, I don't know how you pronounce it. Bydgoszcz. Not sure how you pronounce it. Say, madam, we hate mornings. Yeah, mornings are just not my mate. The only thing that used to be good about mornings, they stopped, which was Saved by the Bell. We'll have a grumpy Adam tomorrow, we will. You can buy shoes for my stilettos and stuff, no way. I love Saved by the Bell. There's actually a new version of it where Zach comes back as the like the governor. It was all right. Zach's in it, Kelly's in it, Slater's in it. Plus, it's British made. Yeah, Manfrotto, listen, Manfrotto tripods are amazing. They're expensive, but they are good. It was rubbish. I thought it was alright. You can strap this tripod to your back and say it's surgical support for your bad posture. I'll be honest, I think if I took the risk, I've got a new rucksack coming in, proper photography one to get all my gimbals out. So I'm taking both gimbals. I've got this one. I might actually take 3 gimbals. I've got this one. I've got my lightweight, really lightweight one, and the one that's in between. But the new rucksack has actually got a tripod attachment on the bottom. I could possibly get away with it, but like I say, what's the point in risking it? Are you at the new runway? I am indeed, George. Welcome. Hello, Dublin, Ireland. My name is Steve Schmidt from Denver, Colorado. Big up to Steve. Welcome. I thought Ryanair were your best friend. No support to charge. That's no support. Some policy is policy, innit? It's not the best shot since it was far away. What's not the best shot? Oh, the A380. I missed it. I can only see 2 comments at a time on my screen. Guys, if you are joining us on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Also, do us a massive favour. Help us grow our community on Twitch. Head over to Twitch, search WTF Live Daily, all one word, and give us a follow, please. Petition for Adam's tripod to be free of charge through the airport. Would be nice. Oh, which reminds me, if you see them selling Ryanair model on board, can you let me know? I will indeed, Debs. The MD-11 is at the coastline. Just a quick one as well, guys. Ryanair have just announced that they're running a recruitment day on January the 27th. If you know anybody who's interested in joining as cabin crew, they are recruiting all across Europe. And their recruitment day is in Dublin on the 27th of January. 200 jobs up for grabs with Ryanair. Have you heard Ryanair will do more flights to Belfast? Yeah, they announced that back into last year. Belfast have really ramped their game up for this season. More Ryanair routes. They've got, is it Fly Atlantic? Stats came in the other day, 28.5 million passengers passed through the airport in 2022. Strong recovery after COVID. Yeah, it did. They struggled, like, let's be honest, DAA did struggle for a while, but they got on top of it eventually. They should have had a little bit more planning, but they got on top of it. 28.5 million passengers. That's a lot of people. Just give me 1 second, guys. I miss the old Belfast over Virgin 747s and A330s. It's not the same. Fly Atlantic announcing routes out of Belfast may well help, because you might start seeing some of the other transatlantic airlines taking note. The one thing that will always struggle for Belfast, though, is how close it is to Dublin for the US flights, because you get the pre-clearance here at Dublin, don't you? It was over 32 million in 2019 cost, but you can say the same as Shannon. Should be used much more. Big up to the Highlander in Scotland. Welcome. Those of you that are watching on YouTube and Twitch for the very first time, firstly, thank you for joining us. We're live every single day with Airport Action. We're in Lanzarote next week. If you are enjoying the content, enjoying a bit of a chat with me, please do us a favour, support us, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, and follow us on TikTok as well. WTF_live_daily on TikTok. At least they'll call the planes at Shannon better than Dublin since 747 cargo looks. Yeah, Shannon just doesn't have enough flights, does it? Don't get me wrong, for me personally, from a selfish point of view, I wish there was more airports in Ireland with a strong flight schedule, because it would mix it up a little bit for me. I don't mind driving an hour, 2 hours to go and do a stream. I do it every day. I drive an hour every day. And it would just make things a little bit more interesting. Belfast only 90 minutes from Dublin. Motorway the whole way up won't bother me in the slightest. Make the journey, but I understand public transport, you can double that travel time. Yeah. Just a random question, but if you fly into Belfast with a UK passport, do you go straight through? Or I think you go straight through. To be fair, everywhere I flew, I've gone straight through since Brexit. Like, there hasn't been any issue. Where did I go? Lanzarote asked me if I wanted my passport stamping or not, bizarrely, so obviously I said no. Amsterdam, straight through. Everybody went through the same queue in Amsterdam. One thing I will say about Amsterdam as well now, though, is they are using the new security system where you don't have to take your electricals out of your bag, which is great. I believe they're trialling that at Shannon. They're not doing it at Dublin yet. Shannon isn't the hot tourist spot like Dublin is. No. I've gone a little bit quiet on departures. Has anyone been to Rome? No, it's on my list for this year, I think, at some point. The problem is there's so many places that we need to go to. And it's trying to schedule them all in. Obviously, we've got Lanzarote next week. We've got Amsterdam. We're doing Germany, which I'm tying in with the darts. Amsterdam will be back as well this year. Italy, Skiathos. The US, we're in the UK for probably 10 days. Mainland Spain. Like, I'm running out of time. I only really want to be doing one trip a month this year. I can't be away all the time. If I'm away too much, you guys will all just say it's just to go on a jolly. These are all work trips. Well, the MD-11 is here. The photo will be on my TikTok, MFS. _ all day 96. Have we still got anybody watching on YouTube? Somebody give me the viewing figures for both platforms, please. Shannon is only a little bit over an hour away from Galway. Galway used to have an airport as well for commercial flights. Yeah, 20 on YouTube, wow. 21 on YouTube. How many on Twitch? I can't see any of my viewers. The thing is, unfortunately, with Shannon and other airports in Ireland, they become regional airports. Fair enough, they're not doing just regional flights, they're doing transatlantic, Shannon. But they're a convenience airport, and people just don't like paying for the convenience. We've seen what's happened with Doncaster Sheffield in the UK. I'm hiding. Says 12 to 13 for me. If you tap your screen, for some reason it always shows 5 until you go into the live, and then it tells you the true number. There you go, Frederick watching us on YouTube. Welcome. Let's go. Speaking of let's go, my new Revolut card arrived yesterday. Freebie from Revolut. Since we've teamed up with them. It was a nice surprise actually seeing it arrive. Was never. As if we would, it's all hard graft for you. May get knighted. I should get knighted, really. My telescope. Must take some spotting with a telescope. I've seen a few people doing it. Give him a bit ahead. Debs, one of my strongest qualities is how modest I am. I just ordered a Nikon Coolpix P900. It's going to be way better. Oh no, we've got an Aer Lingus on taxi. And I used to be a supermodel in my dreams too. I am modest. Extremely modest. Let's just quickly see if you can see how nice those clouds. The clouds look absolutely beautiful with the mountains in the background, but I don't know if you'll be able to appreciate it on camera. A beautiful skyline there until we pan round too far, and then we just go into abysmal grey clouds. Right guys, we're going to do another 10 minutes. I was going to try and push another 2-hour stream out this afternoon, but it's just too cold. I've got so much to do as well. Ideally, I wanted to get through the 500-minute criteria by the end of the weekend, but there will be a live. I'm hoping there'll be a live tomorrow. If not, there'll definitely be one Sunday. All that being said, it all depends what happens with the NCT. It's relative, I suppose. Donald Trump thinks he's meek, mild and unassuming. Well, he is. You have mountains, I have Miami skyline. I always thought you're shy in person, but I can't talk. I'm shy in person too, you won't think it. I'm shy, I'm a quiet guy, I'm reserved. I'm hoping the Circle K at the airport has still got half-price car washers. Because I got a nice surprise, was it last week or the week before? Asked for the car wash, expecting it to be 15 quid. 7.50. So yeah, hopefully they'll be alive tomorrow after my NCT, if not Sunday. But if it fails massively, I'm going to have to rethink things. Like if you ask my best mate who's been in the live before, if I'm sure I should laugh. No way. Here we go. Oh, we've got this Lingus with the 2019 livery. I believe it's an A320. Then we've got a Ryanair on taxi behind it, possibly two Ryanairs on taxi. And they will be the last 3 flights of this live. Thank you to everybody who's joining us today across Twitch and YouTube. Once again, if you haven't already done it, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, like the stream on YouTube for us as well. And also follow us on TikTok, WTF_live_daily. We do post content onto TikTok. Our departure on Tuesday afternoon will be live on TikTok. And by departure, we will be live all the way up into the sky. Just don't tell anybody. Two of my favourite TikTokers were at the live first. I missed it. Face to face with each other. Just that live. I think, wow, this is getting up sharp. Just like my best of luck with the whip tomorrow. Yeah, I need all the luck in the world. I just hope I don't get an absolute job's worth moron. Like, do you know what frustrates me with NCTs and MOTs and ITVs, right? What frustrates me is when they fail you for something ridiculous. And hear me out here. When I say ridiculous, they are important. I get that. But failing you on something ridiculous, like a tyre. Okay? Now, yes, tyres are an important safety feature of a car. However, where's the car being tested? Nice. They are important. But my argument with it is, why not just say, look, you need a new tyre. Go and get a new tyre. Swing back through. We'll give you the pass. Because let's be honest, just because it needs 4 new tyres, for example, I could go and take 4 wheels off my mate's car, put them on and drive it through. Change them back after I come out of the NCT. Don't be failing it on stuff that is an instant quick fix like that. Fail it on brakes, fair enough. That somebody can't just change before they come in for an NCT. But don't make life difficult for people. Especially given how diabolical the situation is right now with trying to get NCTs. Debs or shy people hide behind the jobs roles that we need makes us stronger and more caring. Oh, but that, yeah, George, I get it's doing it right. But the point I'm making is when there's a 4-month delay to get an NCT test, it shouldn't be a case of, right, your tyre's borderline, so I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to fail it, and then have to rebook a second test, which clogs an appointment up just to get a tyre. A tyre is an obvious thing, yeah? So it should be that, right, look, you need a new tyre, swing back through, one of us will run out, check there's a new tyre on it, and we give you the pass certificate. You shouldn't have to be making second appointments. Adam, you have 61 people on YouTube right now. Welcome. Hi from Buenos Aires. Hey, Maria. Apparently too short. Yeah, I get that, but it's just a bugbear. One thing I will say is they need more NCT centres. Clearly there is an issue. Don't you know how to make sure everything will pass before you can... I've taken cars into extremely reputable garages for a pre-NCT. People working in garages that are ex-NCT testers or qualified NCT examiners. They say everything is going to pass. You take it in, and there's so many things that are open to interpretation, I think. And it varies on tester to tester, I believe. But the fact that there's 3 months wait now for an NCT, this has been ongoing. They can't still blame COVID. This has been ongoing for a long time. Clearly, there is a need for more NCT centres. It's meant to... No, it's not due for departure until 20 past 5. Florida did away with those tests. Now people drive hoopties forever. Yeah, I suppose if you think about it logically, I understand, right, that it's a way of encouraging people to have a roadworthy car, but that's all it does, encourage people. Because your NCT is valid for, however, is it a year or two? A year, isn't it? So it's valid for a year, right? But it's only tested on that day. You could drive out of that NCT centre, hit one of the crazy potholes that's on all roads around Europe, and snap a suspension arm. Therefore, it wouldn't pass the NCT if it went back through half an hour later. So, it only proves that it's roadworthy and safe at that moment that it went through that test. Ultimately, the responsibility and the onus is still on the driver to be driving a roadworthy vehicle, because you could pass an NCT test today, then have a blowout and put an old tyre on, and it be an illegal tyre. That's your fault then. And if you get stopped by the authorities, that is your responsibility, and it's you who takes the penalty. So it is sort of pointless. Adam, do those viewers count for this or not? Do you have a ban up or anything on YouTube tonight? Here. I'm trying to grow both platforms. I don't know. I can't see any viewing numbers though, so I don't even know what we've got. But yeah, that was my little rant about NCTs. MOTs are the same in the UK and ITVs in Spain. I just think if you're going to have a system in place that restricts people using their vehicles whilst because of a test, as a government body that decides that directive, you should also ensure that everybody who is due an NCT or wants an NCT or wants an MOT, needs an MOT, can get one within a couple of days of needing it, not waiting 3 months. I firmly believe there's an ulterior motive to the NCT delays, and that is part of the directive to get older cars off the road and try and push people into electric and hybrid vehicles. That's all well and good, but how many people right now in the cost of living crisis can afford to come out of a €1,000 car, €2,000 car and go and buy a 50, 60, 70, €100,000 electric car? I know people cheat all the time, but Tesla's just do the best they can. Yeah. NCT tests, MOT tests are no different to driving tests. It all depends. Fair enough, if you took it in with no brakes, it's a straight fail whoever sees it. But there's a lot of things that are open to interpretations. And it all depends on the mood of the examiner and their view on things. Like 2 weeks ago, an Audi driver ran a red light and hit me. I was in a Volvo, so there's only a scratch. The Audi was leaking transmission fluid. She had told the insurance, said we ran a red light. Luckily, we had a dash cam. Yeah. I see there's an interesting sign. I'm waiting for somebody to actually take it to court. Can't even remember. I don't even know the name of the road, but it's a road heading into Dublin, and they've put all the signs up. Wow, that's up quick. I'm not going to get a shot of that. They've put signs up. Now, we all know what the sign actually means, yeah? But the wording of it, I think, leaves them open to at least a good debate by a good lawyer in court, because the sign says, if you are not a bus driver, why are you in the bus lane? Okay? If you are not a bus driver, why are you in the bus lane? Now, my argument with that, or a solicitor's argument with that, should be, well, Your Honour, my client is a bus driver. He just happened to not be working that day and was driving his car. But that sign implied he was allowed to use the bus lane because he is a bus driver. What the sign should say is, if you are not driving a bus, why are you in the bus lane? Am I right or am I wrong? The garage couldn't be bothered to replace a bumper from a scratch. It's honestly madness, yeah. Here we go, we've got this Ryanair 737. Don't you need a Snickers? Oh, I see, if that's the case, you're doing well then today. My car goes for its MOT next Wednesday. Please don't talk about it, it's getting me worried now. We'll call service. Exactly. But I did think that was quite an interesting sign. Visible taxi drivers can use their bus lanes, hackneys can't. Yeah. Another interesting thing that I genuinely don't know the rule on this. But I'm obviously a bus lane, right? Can be used by buses, taxis. I don't know 100% whether coaches can use them. You see a lot of coaches in them, but I don't know if technically they're supposed to be using them. But I get emergency vehicles can use them, yeah? I always thought that they could only use them whilst they were in service. So, for example, an ambulance with a patient in the back or en route to their next job, or the police in England, the Guardian Island, use them when they're on a shout. Get that? But I never realised that your standard prisoner transport van in Ireland was technically deemed as an emergency vehicle, because they always use bus lanes. Does anybody know the answer? Is that actually legal, or is it just that it's a prison van so they're not going to get stopped? Obviously, in a high-profile case when they've got an escort, they can use any road they want. I get that. But just your standard... Robert says 194 subscribers, not 194 viewers. Must have had a lot of coffee today. Doesn't a prison van serve as a bus? We wouldn't call them prison... Like, you call them prison buses. I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I just find it interesting when you're driving around, serves as a van, yeah. I don't know. I know one man who can use a bus lane, though. My mate Michael O'Leary bought himself a taxi so he could use a bus lane and avoid the traffic. Fair play. Hats off to you. Maybe that's what I need to do. Need to buy me a taxi. Transports many at a time. Yeah, but by that same token, Denier, if I bought a minibus or an 8-seater, 7-seater people carrier, I can transport many people. I don't know. We do have some conversations on these streams, don't we? Have you any jokes today? No. No jokes today. Large public service vehicles and cyclists can use bus lanes. There we go. There's the answer. Large public service vehicles. Does a prison van come under a public service vehicle then? I think the intent of a bus lane. Vehicles with more passengers. Yeah. Although some of the bus lanes I think have been put there simply to prosecute people for using them. And don't even get me started on bike lanes. Do not even get me started on cycle lanes. So you can hop in a police van and tell them, keep me home, please. Sounds like you misbehave a lot. No, but like, I don't know, like there's just some bus lanes that just don't need to be there, isn't there? And cycle lanes, if you're spending millions installing cycle lanes, destroying roads and increasing congestion, there should be a penalty to cyclists that choose not to use that cycle lane and instead continue to cycle in the now narrowed carriageway for proper vehicles. They should be penalised. Interestingly, while we're talking about roads, I believe there's new legislation coming out regarding e-scooters. It's quite ironic that everybody's been governments globally are trying to push the low emissions route and trying to get rid of petrol and diesel vehicles, but I've been so reluctant to allow e-scooters. Here we go, last 2 flights of Alive now. I'm too cold, I need to go and get the car washed, get warmed up. We've got this one and we've got one more. Electric scooters. We've got a 737 MAX taking off. I used them a lot when I was over in Lanzarote. I was on them all the time. And they were great. Now, admittedly, it worked quite well over there because a lot of it's pedestrianised with cycle paths. So you use the cycle paths. But if you're going to try and force people out of petrol and diesel vehicles, you sort of have to understand that not everybody can afford to go out and spend 40, 50,000 on an electric vehicle. But surely an electric scooter is a way forward to people. There's people here can't ride these scooters without biting concrete with their teeth. Here we go, guys. Last flight of the live. Thank you to everybody who's joined us. Oh no, we might get one more. There's a British Airways waiting for departure. Thank you to everybody who's joined us on Twitch and on YouTube. Once again, please hit the subscribe button on YouTube, hit the follow button on Twitch, and also drop us a follow on TikTok if you haven't already done it. Hopefully we'll be back with you tomorrow if we don't get an absolute numpty of a vehicle examiner at the NCT Centre. Enjoy your Friday evening or whatever you're doing. We'll see you all very, very soon. One last flight coming up. Take care, guys. Stay safe. Big love from me. Let's go. All being well about what if it's going to be a live tomorrow, it'll be at some time between 2 and 3. I didn't check my 747 vid. I'll have a look as soon as I get a chance. $2. Just one quick viewer check. How many have we got across both platforms, please, as we're ending? $41 on YouTube, 7 on Twitch. Not too bad then. Thank you, Robert. Right, we'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully, guys. Take care. Tango Alpha 16. Adios. 9 on Twitch. There we go. We're away from here. Take care. Adios.